Let's just start. What's System Maniac a reference to?
God damn it. That's like everyone's got their embarrassing first handle. I one of my first internet handles was Maniac, and then around 1999, 2000, I was really into System of a Down. So it was System Maniac because I just needed like a unique word for my email address.
Right.
And because Valve, Steam, you still can't change your username. So my Steam account's like 20 years old.
Yeah.
And so it has my email address from childhood. So.
Yeah, how come you don't sing anymore? Knuckle Duster goes hard.
It's a good question. I don't know. I was just been thinking about it. I'd like to get back into it. It'd be cool to just do some covers or whatever. But I think it's more like, I don't know. I was never 100% happy with like how my voice sounded.
Right.
So, it's one of those things where I could probably just kind of get out of my own way and do it and let other people make that decision. But like, I don't know. Voice is a really personal thing, right? And if you don't give it your all, and you like hear yourself and you record it and it just doesn't sound good, I don't know. I'm pretty confident in like playing drums, writing music and stuff. I should is the answer.
That's a good one. Yeah, because I listened to Knuckle Duster. It's good. It's good. I like it.
It's embarrassing.
Oh, for sure. I think for most people, when they hear their singing voice, they don't like it.
Yeah.
What's a rad timbale licks mean?
No, you did some digging, son. I was a judge on Overclocked Remix.
Yeah.
And one of the songs had some timbales in it.
Right.
And you had to do these write-ups where you said why you did or did not like the song or whatever, and I forget what the context was.
Yeah. But
I wrote up in my thing, and I said, it has some really rad timbale licks.
Yeah.
And one of the other judges or somebody just thought that was so funny, and it became this like micro meme on the site or whatever. But it's just like, what fucking the timbale licks are rad, dude. What do you want? Like,
okay. I see. Do you still talk to any of those people still? Like DJ Pretzel and those guys?
Number one person is Big Giant Circles from there.
Big Giant Circles.
He's been kind of a lifelong homie for me.
Nice.
Not too many of them. I talk to like Zircon from rarely, like not for any reason. It's just, man, it's been my first remix was literally 25 years ago. Like it was like 1999. So it's just kind of is.
Okay, well you still keep in contact with at least one of them.
Yeah.
Right? How much of a Halo fan are you, or were you, given that you were working on that soundtrack with the mod back then?
Wow, you really did. Where did you find this stuff? Not much. I was much more of a like Command and Conquer, like RTS fan. That's what like drew me to that project. I remember because it was going to be, I believe it was going to be a mod of Command and Conquer Generals.
Yes. Yeah.
To be Halo, and I just, I don't dislike Halo. I'm not like crazy about it, whatever. I've enjoyed them or whatever, but like the Command and Conquer side of things is much more interesting to me.
Right. So, okay. I see. Do you ever play any of the Halo games?
I played a little bit of Infinite, but I wanted to play it co-op.
Right.
But then now it's not going to be co-op online or something, so I guess I should go because I wanted to play it like with my brother or whatever. But like, I played one, that back in the day where we would just play until someone or keep reviving each other and whatever. But once like probably 3 or 4 came around, I just didn't have an Xbox. So.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, what was it like working with Grant Kirkhope on Desktop Dungeon?
Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
It's wild, man, to just grow up listening to this guy's music, and then, he's a good friend of mine. It was cool. It ultimately ended up being like a third of the music I kind of wrote myself, a third he kind of wrote for himself, and then like a third of it we kind of really collaborated. So it was this really even split. But you can't. Grant's just he's just a legend for a reason, and it's just everything he writes is just fucking great. So yeah, I had known him for long enough at that point where like it wasn't so like starstruck or anything, and like now I see. Obviously when people ask him, I'm like, yeah, Grant, you're a fucking asshole. Like, we're close enough to where we can do that, but no, it just it was. I hope we do more stuff in the future for sure.
Nice, nice. Well, now that you're a quasi rock star, as you put it last time.
Did I? When did
Yeah.
I say that?
Well, last we came.
Okay.
Yeah. Was it everything you thought it would be, or was there something you wish would have gone differently?
You mean like just getting to where I am now, like the?
Or well, anything in general, because when I was doing my research, I had read that you wanted to be quote unquote rock star with a touring band and everything.
Yeah. So when I was in college, I was in local bands in Mesa, Tempe, Arizona. Thank you for the Mesa joke. Never had somebody dig that hard in on a Mesa joke, but like, well, it's funny too because like I just knew the word Mesa for so many years or whatever. Like I didn't get that you were making a Minecraft reference until
Right.
because it's just like oh, but I was thinking like, hey, I'll be in this band in college, and this band will go big, and I'll have all this money and stuff, and then in my free time I'll make video game music, and it's kind of happening in reverse.
Right. Yeah.
And so don't know how high this goes or whatever, but right now just I love what I do, writing game music and stuff. It's just kind of what I do, but like getting out there, getting in front of people again, because I've missed that.
Right.
Even just playing for a band and their partners in the audience, even just 2 dozen people around.
Yeah.
There's just something so rewarding about it where like I like writing the video game music and everything, but like all of your feedback's digital. It's like YouTube comments and stuff, which are great. It's a form of feedback, whatever, but just that instant feedback of I'm putting this out and like people are digging it. Like just the last show we did in November when, I watched the video from time to time and just seeing people just bopping along to it. It's just, there's nothing that's cooler than that.
Yeah, yeah. I can imagine that because there's a certain atmosphere with live music as opposed to, as you mentioned, the feedback being completely digital, right?
Yeah.
Online.
Yeah, and I'm definitely in the state that I think a lot of people are now where it's just like, I love technology. I loved the idea of social media and stuff. And now it's just like, I'm ready to get shit more human again.
Right.
I love that my show is so like crazy automated and complicated and we do these cockamamie lighting things. I love it. But it's just like doing it live in a situation where like things can go wrong and what happens and I can't go back and undo it. Like it's terrifying enough to be really interesting to me right now.
Right.
Just,
yeah. How was playing with Caro Bonito?
I was cool. Yeah, that was a fun show. That was the first time I had ever played Necrodance, really any video game stuff live, and we filled up the showbox in Seattle, and so we opened up. Wow, that's how many years ago now? But like, no, it was great because then I got to get up there and do my silly shit, and then. Cool off after the show and everything, and then I just got to enjoy the rest of the show. So yeah, that was awesome, and everyone on that lineup killed it. But,
it was with Family Jewels Jules.
So Jules was playing with me, and then Chipsel played a set by herself after that, and then Carico Benito because they had to get on a plane or something.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But then the last one was God, he's gonna kill me. I know the name. It was A Rival's band. Super Square, and it was just ended it off with just super sick, dubstep EDM shit, and just it was such a cool show, man. And playing for that many people was great. I'm looking forward to doing that again. But
how many people, if you can remember?
I mean that place had to hold at least like 1,000.
Oh wow!
Which is it's not like a stadium or nothing, but like when you're playing for like hundreds, or 1,000, like that's. When it's just not really people anymore, it's just like a that's.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, you said your home state of Arizona is literally insane.
Did I? When did I say that?
That was I dug pretty deep in your Twitter. You said something along those lines about Arizona.
I thought I deleted most of my old Twitter posts. I'm sure I thought that. I'm sure I still think that. I mean. I don't know. I haven't lived there in like 12, 13 years. Like, hopefully it's better now. But yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty Wild West, dude. But not like super. Yeah,
I see. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
it's literally the fucking desert where
Yeah.
things go to die. It's like literal tumbleweed. Have you ever seen a tumbleweed in real life?
No, I actually
Have you ever
not.
seen like a coyote chasing a fucking roadrunner? Like, have you ever seen the saguaro cactuses? Like,
No.
they're
No.
weird ass fucking cartoon alien plants, and just it was a interesting place to grow up, but happy to visit. But I'm more happy to be up here now.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, you had an interesting thing here. Has the opinion of working alone changed? You said something a while back about you not liking to work with other people because you don't want the great, I guess, your band to dissolve because one person's mistakes or something.
Right. Wow, you are digging real deep. That was, yeah. Well, I had situations in bands growing up, and I think I have a more refined view on that now, where it's like, at the time, like I felt like I was in these bands that were cool and they were good, and they broke up for like reasons of like personal reasons, like people reasons, where disagreements, details aren't really important, but like they were never like musical reasons. They were never like our band's not good enough reasons. We never got that far. And so there was just, at one point I had been through enough bands where I was just like, I'm just going to try to do this myself.
Yeah.
And it took a long time. It took many years, probably a good 5 more years from that point until I got a gig that actually like paid the bills. But like, now, I don't know. I think I'm definitely in a band again, obviously.
Right.
And so that, I think because we are very much more aligned on our goals than those bands were, and we're also older. Mm-hmm. Like the bands I was in, we were in our early 20s. Like we were really, you guys are, I don't know, you guys are probably in your early 20s.
Yeah.
But early 20s, you're kind of fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Like you don't know that much yet. At least I was, and we were.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a really cool, it's been a good experience having this happening again, but kind of knowing more what I'm doing and why I'm doing it.
Right.
Rather than just like, oh, cool, we get free drinks sometimes.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, it's been good. And even just working with other musicians on the like Riff to the Necrodancer soundtrack, just bringing in new blood where it's not that I want to do it all, but that maybe I shouldn't do it all, right? Because like getting other musical viewpoints and everything is genuinely awesome. And that's why also in the band, like I write parts the way I write them, but I try to get it so Josh and Vitor, guitar and bass, get to at least kind of express it in their way and get to bring something to it, because it's kind of a weird thing. I just have all these video game songs that I wrote, and it's like, all right, now play this.
Yeah.
But I don't want people to just be, glorified like guitar and bass machines.
Yeah. Right.
I definitely needs to be a certain thing to work with the rest of the song, but like doing it in a way that allows them. If I'm going to have instrumentalists, I'm going to work with instrumentalists. They should bring their expertise. It should be expressed. It should be a part of it. Right. So that's been, and that involves some compromise. So sometimes it's just like, hey, this, I think it should be this way, but if they think it's another way, like, it's been nice to be challenged and work with other people again, and not just do it all myself. But yeah.
No, I think I agree in the fact that I think music is very interesting in that different people with their different points of views interpret the music differently. And I think that's really what makes music so cool, is the different points of view, right? Of the, maybe even the same part.
Well, I mean, a good example is that like Vitor, a bass player, is really into like the pop punk stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I never was. But like every time we've kind of allowed him to kind of just not allowed him. Every time he has expressed that and it's like come through, it's like, man, you know, that's not my thing. That's not how I would have done it. But like, what a cool fucking combo, dude. Like this video game music with like a pop punk bassist. Like it's, and so like we'll see how that goes. I think I even have started writing bass lines a little bit differently to just have Vitor in mind, and that's a cool thing because not only does it challenge the way I write, but it also just furthers this like musical identity of whatever this band is going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I know you guys have crazy different backgrounds.
Yeah,
You're like a jazz bassist in like the Mars Volta of VGM. Like, you know?
Yeah. Probably have one last question here. You still addicted to turkey and cheddar Lunchables?
Holy shit. Where did you find that? I know I've asked that like 10 times, but like...
Hey, you're Danny Baranowsky. We have to know.
Dude, that's the... Okay, so to answer your question, like, no, because they don't really have Lunchables.
Oh,
do they have Lunchables in Canada?
Actually... Yeah.
Anyway, it's less common, but like I can't do the gluten anymore, so there's that.
Oh, I see.
But that's one of the things that's wild is that never kind of goes back in the genie that never goes back in the bottle. Is like you obviously found all this information out about me. Like I'm not like a particularly super famous person, but like there's enough about me out there where like if people do enough digging, they can know these things I said about these things long ago. And like, but no, I'm a much. I like the meat and the cheese still. I just no crackers to answer your question about fucking Lunchables.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you for having us here.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for doing the video. All right. Yeah.